We're mostly alone. We think of ourselves, even if we're around other people, as being isolated from the world. Sometimes we get antsy and we need to flee a situation. Even in big crowds, or if we're at a social gathering, we still feel alone. For the most part, a lot of people are like that. I know at times in my life I'm that way, and who I'm visiting with today, Ricky, who has been coming out here without missing any Sundays but one for 3 years, has been coming here every Sunday. And he asked me last week to share with y'all here and at home what it has meant to be a part of a group that is accepting, no matter what your belief system, as long as you have good vibes and are working on yourself, and we're connecting with Mother Nature, we're connecting with each other, we're helping uplift each other. He said, hey, I want to say what that meant to me. And I thought, well, why the hell not, Ricky? Because I love you. I'm glad to give you this big platform. So what is it about your personal journey that makes you like this place so much to only miss one Sunday in 3 years?
Well, I enjoy the people. I enjoy people. I enjoy being, in a close-knit group because, I've been in big platforms before, and sometimes that scares me now. I don't like to be around a lot of people. You know that. Everybody knows that.
And for those of you at home that don't know, Ricky was a world-class, famous wrestler who beat the crap out of everybody, and he still can. So don't come out here and be a smart ass to Ricky.
It's nothing like that. But, you grow up and you learn, when you're, you said feeling alone. Sometimes I feel very alone, and you know that because of the past and stuff. So
I knew it. We're gonna. So whatever, because I think about this a lot because I can be in a crowd and I feel like I'm not with anybody, even though I'm in a room full of people. And we were having a conversation at a buddy of ours' house, Jim, who's here, and these guys were talking in his garage, and they were somehow self-love came up. And so one guy says he didn't think he loved himself, and then another guy popped up that I'm good friends with and said, I don't think I love myself either. And then another guy popped up and said, I don't think I love myself. And I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, geez, man, there's a lot of not self-love around here. Like, what is happening? And has being a part of this Sunday group helped you to see yourself in a better way that you can ultimately love yourself better?
Oh, yeah.
Like, tell me how. Like, what is, like,
well,
like how have you
I
progressed?
can pick up the phone sometimes and call just certain people in this group and have conversations with them, and they know who they are, and and you'll feel better after that. Because some days, everyone wakes up in a different world every day. If you say you don't, you're full of shit.
Right.
I'm just being, so like one morning I wake up fine, and then like last week I woke up, thought the world was against me. You know that, and you know that. So it
seems like that's every other day. Because the one thing, and I mentioned this last week, that my personal observation of you and a lot of the topics that we talk about here are being self-aware. Like, what are the different tools just the infinite has given us to use to better ourselves, to help us be the observer of ourselves and not just, running the car off the bridge like, running off like Coyote, when we were kids watching the Rabbit and the Coyote thing, whatever the hell that's called, Looney Tunes.
Wile E. Coyote.
Wile E. Coyote. Do we, it seems like that's a repeating pattern. And you have remarkably, if y'all have never seen Ricky freak out, I'm like, he's good at it. He's really good at it. Because Andrew came up, we had a water leak last week. And right before Andrew got there, Ricky's going batshit nuts on a water spigot. Like, this water spigot has done nothing to Ricky. Like, nothing. It didn't jump off and cuss him. It didn't write him nasty text. It didn't tell him that he was inadequate and that it didn't love it. It was just a broke water spigot. And Ricky thought his whole life was over just for a few minutes. And then he calmed down. He saw you physically and mentally and emotionally recognize that all of a sudden you went batshit nuts on the spigot and you caught yourself and you're like, okay, this seems kind of ridiculous. I could see that wheel turning in your head. And 3 years ago, that would have not happened. That spigot would have pissed you off for the rest of the entire day, because that would have spiraled into everything is wrong. Everything, oh God, the truck's not running right. The race season, whatever, everything and everybody's against you. Where you caught yourself the other day, do you think that being a part of this has helped you recognize that, or is it something else? Like, what is it in you that's helping you recognize yourself?
Well, I've been talking with people like Brad. I've talked with Andrew about things. I've talked with you just about, you have to be self-aware, because I'll snap in a second. Everybody knows that. So I don't never deny that, still.
That's why I got so much space between us.
But that's not just because sometimes you feel like you're backed into a corner and you have to fight your way out. But that's not that case anymore. You just say, okay, let's talk about this and let's go and see if we can make a even playing field with all this stuff. Because, everybody with the world the way it is outside, nobody knows what's going to happen from minute to minute, from second to second.
Can you, there's a trend that I've seen with you, and everybody that comes that's regular knows this. We'll all get finished here with a presentation or whatever we're doing, and we'll go meditate, Tai Chi, whatever else we're doing right before we eat. And Ricky disappears like a ninja in the night. Like, you don't know where it happens to Ricky. He has to go. And that is a common thing. And I have done that in my own life. Like, I can't wait to get away. Like, if I'm having dinner with some friends or something, or if I'm in a group meeting, or if I'm in a board meeting, whatever, I'm like, okay, let's wrap this up. I got to get out of here. Not so much anymore. But you are way better at me than just getting out. What is it about you that makes you feel like you got to escape?
I'm just used to being alone, and that's just.
But are you used to being alone? Because you have not been alone your whole life. It's only a recent thing.
Yeah.
So are you just, you want to be alone now?
Not really alone. It's just, some days I just want to.
You just not like us, Ricky?
No, I never said that. I just, some days, I just feel like I just, got a lot going on.
Are you afraid to meditate? Is there something about closing your eyes and discovering yourself that makes you fearful?
Everybody's that way. Sometimes you don't want to see the real you. Sometimes you keep it hid.
Yeah, and what kind of benefit does that serve you or anybody else?
It don't.
So why do we do that, you think? I don't know.
Everyone does it.
We have these masks that we want to put on and cover up who we really are. Like
Michael Jackson. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he had a good one here in his glove.
Man in the mirror.
Yeah.
You don't know who you are. And a lot of people, everybody does this. I don't care who you are. You sit there and you look through these smoky mirrors for so long. And sometimes you have to clean them. And the cleaner they get, the more you see yourself.
Which can be scary.
What am I really doing? What am I sitting here doing? What I have to do to make myself better, to make everybody around me love me. When you don't have a lot of family anymore, you look and you say, okay, what you do have, you love them with all your heart, and that's all you can do. And you find this group of people that you want to be around, like Matt, like Brad, like Andrew, Dean, and all them, and you feel like you want to love them. And you have, and then you open up to them, then you open up a few more every week. You open up to another person, and eventually everybody will know who Ricky is out here. But it's going to take a little while because I'm not used to opening up to people. That's just me. And Brad can tell you that he's had me in a private session. I couldn't sit still when we were, and then I finally winded down,
Well, I'm glad he's here to hypnotize you into being calm and cool.
No, I really do. It's when you're sitting there, you just have to, and I'm learning that more and more, and just, you have to just make your body shut down. That's my problem. My brain never shuts down. Never. I can sit here now and I have 90,000 things going here, 90,000 things going there. It's like a man here and a man there, and say, what the hell are we going to do?
If that's the case, and you are very aware that meditation can really help with those things, is there something preventing you from helping yourself by attempting to meditate?
I'm more of a private person, like the one-on-one stuff, and I don't mind people whatsoever. I love everybody here. It's just, I'm just trying to open up more and more to different people. And if I feel comfortable with you, I'll talk more with you. And like,
So
at
you don't
first,
want to lay down with people you're not
no,
close to.
I've never said
You're
that.
not going to lay down all the day. I'm not
No,
meditating with your
I'm
energy
just saying,
people.
I'm just trying to open up more and more every day, and it's a baby process with certain people. I mean, you just can't say, "Hey, I love everybody," because I really don't know everybody.
Right. Well, yeah.
And like Bonnie, me and Bonnie, and then and Bonnie's husband. I mean, when me and him, we see each other, we can hug each other, and that's a real hug. Andrew, he's real. He's just.
We don't know about the rest of y'all.
No, I'm not saying that. And Matt, I can see Matt anytime. And I can see everyone, and sometimes I'm just walking by and I'm in my own world. That's just everyone. And then you just start opening up to more and more people. And that's just me being alone so long. You wrestle 300 days a year, you go to a hotel, you're by yourself 90% of the time. So you go you're
once you kicked out the girls.
Well, that was down the road, but when you know what I'm getting at. It's just you're used to being alone, and like now, I just go sit at my house and just watch people drive by and say, "Hey, how y'all doing?" But I need to open up more and more. I realize that I need to go out and do more things with people, but it's just sometimes it's just you don't know if you want to do that or not.
Yeah, there's a lot of fear. Fear stops us from doing so much, and it's one of the things that we talk about a lot here. Getting over ourselves, like stop getting in our own way and recognizing and utilizing the tools that are available to us. Like y'all watching at home and here, we have hundreds of Sunday videos and presentations on such a wide variety of topics that are so helpful to understanding ourselves. And I am just like, so unbelievably thankful that people are getting value from that, and especially you, somebody being so high strung, so emotional, that says, I am not going to miss coming here for that. I need that. And to support, because me and you're close buddies, and to support me and give me some support, which I need too. And like getting your love means a lot to me. And I don't know, when we first started, I'm a hugger, and I feel like I could feel people's energy and read a person really well. And it didn't take long. I mean, there were times out here, Ricky was just so bent out of shape, and there were some times me and Ricky yelled at each other across the truck and talk shit to each other. Like I'd say, Ricky, I need your help doing this, and you're doing the total opposite thing, or whatever it was. Or Ricky would say, whatever. And then, inevitably there'd be, well, God damn it, all right. It would just turn into this 30-second ruckus, and all that is just totally gone away. I mean, there's not any of that. Every now and then we may barely raise our voice a little bit, like, hey, Ricky, shh, just calm down. It's going to be okay. It's all right. It's okay. We don't have to get so excited to get our point across. Because we can, and I think you've learned this over the past couple of years that I've recognized, is that you don't get anywhere by yelling at anybody. Nobody's going to hear you if you're angry and talking. Like they're just not. They're not going to pay any attention. Ricky does some work at some rent houses, and man, these rent houses have, they're really some very bad people. Very destructive people. And Ricky doesn't want to help the people. He doesn't want to fix the thing. And I'm like, Ricky, they're our rent houses. Like, we don't care that the people are crazy. They're the rent houses. We have to take care of the rent houses. And I'm just proud of your progress. And one thing that when we talk about these infinite energies and our energies back and forth, how have you been dealing with, like maybe you can give some insight to everybody else. Me and you both have experienced a lot of personal loss. People that we love have passed away. And has that been a part of your isolation, and how have you been personally dealing with it? Like, what's the narrative you tell yourself and all the loss that you see around you and that have it personally experienced?
Well, having your mom die in front of you on Christmas Day, that was traumatizing. Okay, so it's been 3 years. So I just wake up every day and I say, you know what? You look in the mirror and you say, we're going to do a good day. We're going to take it day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour. That's all we all can do. Because, we could all get a phone call now. Somebody could leave here. We never see them again. So you have to live every day like it's your last. Live like you were dying. We have to wake up and look at that and just move on. If you have ill feelings towards somebody, walk over and say, man, can we talk about this? We don't need any drama. Because, we have a small group. Maybe it'll open up more, but if we don't get together and stick together, we're never going to do it.
Yeah, we need everybody. We need good vibe people that we can count on, and we have some new people. Well, one of the things that I like to bring up all the time, like, who are you going to call if you're just alone and you're on the highway somewhere and you didn't have a jack, you got a flat tire, or you have no spare? Like, part of this group is like every one of our core people could think of 3 or 4 instantly off the top of their head without thinking about it. Who can I call? Like, you're instantly going to have friends that are just going to stop what they're doing to go help you. They're just going to do that. And that is like one of the most massive resources for emotional, spiritual, and physical well-being, and to create those relationships. So I applaud you, Ricky, because it's tough for a big guy like you, a world wrestler, and running around in your underwear. It takes some it takes a guy with some serious confidence to get on stage in his underwear and wrestle another sweaty dude. It does. It's no joke. Besides Matt does it for, just for fun. He doesn't get paid. But it takes that kind of confidence, and then to have to go through what you've gone through. And we've all gone through divorce, and we've all gone through, most of us have gone through significant loss. It's just how we handle it and who we put ourselves around. So it obviously, and tell me if I'm wrong, it's obviously benefited you to unzip your personal zipper right there and open up your heart the best you can, because it's tough for you. Your zipper stays broke, but you've steadily put some WD-40 on it and worked it and been able to open yourself up to some people here. And I hope that you continue to do that, and I hope we all do that, and I hope we encourage each other to do that. Because we're going to always screw up. We're going to do things that, I may do something or say something that Brad doesn't like. I may say something Bonnie doesn't like. Or Dean, Andrew, Thomas, anybody. And they're going to do the same thing. They're going to say stuff sometimes that might irritate me. But that doesn't mean we're not friends. That doesn't mean that they were intentionally trying to hurt me or me trying to intentionally hurt them. Sometimes you just have miscommunication. Sometimes we just handle different things in different ways. And that's why I'm so glad that, I can't stress this enough with Bonnie, of how Bonnie has just become just such a wonderful person, when at first I thought she was a douchebag. I'll say that in the most kindest way. And I don't mean that. I'm obviously being over-exaggerating and picking on Bonnie. But I did think she was standoffish and that we'd never be friends. And to experience, all this growth that we've had, and like Andrew's help over the years, and Dean has just become the comedian and the most unbelievable, awesome person I've ever known. And I would have never thought that either. And I would have never thought me and you would have became so close and such good friends from how, well, you know how you are, and or how you were, just upset at everything, always uptight, very difficult to talk to. But now you're not that way. You are a little bit, but I am too. And we help each other. And it's real difficult for us to call ourselves out. And that's why we need each other. We need each other to say, hey, I think maybe you should rethink how you did that. Or, hey, maybe if you're trying to tell me a point, it'd be easier if you weren't throwing crap at me. It's a lot easier to have a conversation with somebody. Or, if Dean happened to ever get mad at me and he started throwing bricks at me, it might be a good idea, Dean, to not throw a brick at me so we can have a conversation. That's just how it goes. And like Thomas coming out here, I've been really impressed with Thomas because he's such a hermit. And And then he and that's exactly what he said. I just stay in this one thing, and it's hard for me to get out. And he's gotten out to help each other get outside of our comfort zones because we need each other. And I need you, Ricky, and I love you. And do you have anything else you would like to say?
I'm good to go.
You're good to go?
Yep.
Then you got any advice on how to actually be more calm and sit? Because you've done it for like 15 minutes now.
I'm good.
You're good? Just be good. That's Ricky's advice.
No, everybody
Be
just
good.
live your life, man, and have a good life and just chill out and just take it day by day. That's all we can say.
Well, I love y'all. Thank all of y'all for subscribing. There's like so many of y'all now. Most of y'all are locals. There really is a good group here, and we feel like we're alone, and we don't have to be. And we don't want to be around a bunch of fake, judgmental jackasses. And so if you're that way, you don't need to come. But if you want to be better and you're working on yourself to be better, come on out. We're here. Thank y'all. We'll see you next time.